Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Canuck Catwalk. And if you're new here, welcome. Happy to have you. Enjoy the rest of the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you like what you're hearing, or leave a comment about what we talk about. So let's get into it. It almost feels like it's the 90s again, because the moment Linda Evangelista stepped back into the public light, it was like every other week, or every day rather, that there's something coming out about her. This time it's coming from Page Six, so let's dive right into it. According to this Page Six headline, it says Linda Evangelista dubbed worst celebrity to work with. Quote, she went berserk. An Australian PR maven has recounted a 1996 phone call with supermodel Linda Evangelista in which she allegedly went berserk over a snippy newspaper headline. Max Markson, dubbed the King of Spin, claimed the Canadian model was the worst star he's ever worked with throughout his 4 decades in the industry. Quote, I shouldn't say this, but Linda Evangelista was definitely the worst, he alleged on an episode of the Life, Money, and Love podcast hosted by Dylan Mullen. The Markson Sparks agency founder then detailed an alleged incident in which Evangelista, 57, wore sweats to a treadmill launch party hosted by Aussie TV legend Ita Buttrose. So I'm not sure if it's pronounced Ita, or Ida Buttrose, but let's just go with Ida, ITA. When the supermodel asked what she should wear to the event at Sydney's swanky Catalina restaurant, he allegedly advised her to, quote, wear something to go on the treadmill and then change into something beautiful. However, he claimed she wore a hoodie and shorts to the event, which led to a newspaper headline the following day comparing her fit to something a cleaner would wear. The next day, my phone starts ringing at 6 o'clock, which always means there's something wrong, Markson said. And Linda Evangelista wants to give me a right mouthful, which she does, because in the Sydney Morning Herald that day, it said Linda Evangelista was dressed like she was going out to clean the loo, which is toilet in Australian parlance, on a Sunday morning. He continued, she went berserk at me. Not that I wrote the story, but because I hadn't advised her what to wear, and there was no point in trying to tell her what I did. Markson claimed she went on to badmouth him at a charity dinner that night and wouldn't allow him to speak to her. Markson's story, however, left less of an impression on Evangelista, who told Page Six in a statement on Wednesday, I have fond memories of that trip to Australia, a country I love to visit. I was there promoting a treadmill collab. I don't remember him. End quote. Evangelista most recently returned to the modeling world when she walked in the Fendi show as part of the New York Fashion Week this month. It's followed by a 6-year absence from the spotlight after a botched cosmetic procedure that she claimed left her deformed. So it just goes on to cover just the recent events with her settling with Zeltic for the cool sculpting side effects that she experienced. But getting back to this, I'm not sure if this is actually as big of a deal as Page Six and this Max Markson is making it out to be, just because based on what he said, she had asked him what she should wear to the event, which is the appropriate thing to ask because he was the publicist, and he told her wear something you would wear to walk on a treadmill. So I'm just not sure why he was then offended when she did exactly what he asked her to do, and then you know, she gets into the Australian headlines the next day and being mocked, and when her bread and butter is to literally look good and be beautiful. So if that made her upset, that's understandable, because she had, like I said, trusted him to give her advice on what to wear. So I'm not sure why it's that event happened in 1996. So 24 years later, he's, you know, emerging out of the woodworks to tell everyone that she was the worst client, or worst celebrity rather, that he ever worked with. And that's saying quite a bit, considering, according to Page Six, that he has a career in publicity for 40 decades, for 40 decades, 40 years. So that's interesting. So if that's the worst thing he experienced as a PR executive, getting a phone call from a supermodel to tell him that she was unhappy with a negative headline she received because she followed his advice, then I don't know, that seems like he's been doing pretty well if that's the worst experience he's had. So that's it for me. I'll leave it there. What do you guys think? Leave a comment below.